Hello guys, and welcome back to another video here on my channel. So today guys, I got another 6 special trade-ups for you guys where you can profit. And without further ado, let's move right into the first trade-up. So for today's video guys, I've decided to use Tradeup Spy, which is a different site, but it seems a little bit easier and you can also see the amount of profit you make on each trade-up. So yes, let's move right into the first trade-up. So the first trade-up is actually a little bit different than it was last time, because we're going to be needing 7 items from the Italy collection, and we're also going to be needing 3 items from the Ascent collection. And as you can see, you need an average float of 0.21. And if you scroll down here, you can see all of these items where you can profit on. Now, the sharp viewer would notice that there's only a 27% chance that you don't profit. Of course, if you don't, hit one of the other items, you do lose a bit of money. But this trade-up only costs $2.94, which is very cheap, and there's some pretty good profit to be made. Now, each of these items will give you about €1 or $1 profit, as you can see, except this one, which is a little bit lower, but that's okay. And if you hit these two, then it's just GG. Then you might as well just be done. But that is it for the first trade-up. Without further ado, let's move on to the second one. Now, before I move on to the second trade-up, I would like to point out that over 90% of people watching this video right now are not subscribed. So if you haven't already, make sure to hit that sub button. Now, onto the video. Now, the second trade-up is kind of different, but not really. As you can see, you're going to be needing 4 items from the Ascent collection and 6 items from the Anubis collection with an average float of 0.092. The trade-up costs you about $4, and as you can see here, another great selection of items where you can make good profit. The best one being the All Black Nile. As you can see, $5 profit. That's insane. You're paying not even $5 and you can literally double your money. This trade-up is probably one of the best in the game right now, and with the average flows that you need to get, it is definitely doable. Now, as I said in the last video, I would recommend you use a site like CS2 or something like that, maybe Skins Monkey, just to get the floats without having to pay like $50 just for one item, because nobody wants to do that, then you're not making profit, right? So I definitely recommend that you use a third-party website to buy your items, unless you have a Steam extension where you can obviously find the floats and also find it for a decent price. But that is it for the second trade-up. Let's move on to the third one. Now, the third trade-up, again, we're looking at the Ascent collection. As you can see, you need 6 items from the Ascent collection, and you need 4 items from the Inferno collection, with an average float of 0.214, which is definitely doable. As you can see, the trade-up costs you $2.44, and if you scroll down, you can see you can make some pretty hefty profit. Obviously, there is still loss, as per usual, but the profits that you're going to be hitting are around $1 on average, so that's really, really nice. And as you can see, there's 109% profitability and a 65% chance to profit. So this is another great trade-up, and only for €2.44 or dollars, sorry, you can just spam these. Like, you can just go ham, spam them, do whatever you want, right? That's like, this is the cheapest, best trade-up probably, because you can just keep spamming it over and over, even though it's the bloody Ascent collection again. But again, these are very cheap and minimal wear, and it shouldn't be that hard to get them if you use a third-party website, and it's just great for profit overall. Now, that was it for the third trade-up. Let's move on to the fourth one. Now, the fourth one is actually even cheaper. I even forgot that I made these trade-ups. But as you can see, you're going to be needing 8 items from the Italy collection with an average float of 0.26. That's pretty easy to get. And then you're also going to be needing 2 minimal wear items from the Lake collection. So you're going to have an average float of 0.232. It's going to cost you just under $2. And as you can see, this trade-up is insane. You can make $1, 36 cents, 23 cents. You're really only looking at the canned apple, actually. But again, if you hit that, then you double your money pretty easily. So that's good. And these, we don't talk about these. These are kind of not good, but it's okay. You can't always get like crazy profits. This is probably the cheapest trade-up in the video. Actually, I believe it is the cheapest trade-up in the video, and as you can see, it's just easy to spam. Like, you're not gonna lose out on a lot if you don't get it. Like, yeah, you will lose, but not a lot. And if you hit this, then you'll be chilling. So overall, this trade-up is pretty decent. You are going to make profit most of the time. As you can see, there's a 26% chance for this and 26% chance for this, which are both profit. I don't know why this is profit. It's not for some reason, and that's just what it is. I guess it's because it's minimal wear instead of factory new, but then you'd have to lower some of the other items, and then the trade-up would cost more. So that is it for the fourth trade-up. Now, just before I move into the fifth trade-up, I would like to say huge thank thank you for you guys showing such a great support on the last video that I did on Tradeups. I really appreciate the support that you guys are showing me, and it just keeps motivating me to keep doing these videos for you guys. So keep smashing that like button. Now without further ado, let's move on to the 5th Tradeup in this video. Now I'm pretty sure this is the 2nd most expensive Tradeup that I do have in this video, just because it has some pretty good outcomes, as you can see. You're going to be needing 2 items, battle scarred by the way, from the Huntsman collection. This is one of the highest floats in the game. I don't know why you have to do it, but that's just how you do it. And then you're going to be needing 8 items from the Dust 2 collection with an average float of 0.85. This is a very high float item, but as you can see, if you scroll down, it's going to cost you around $7. You need an average float of 0.838. But as you can see, the outcomes are absolutely amazing. Like, there's literally only one item with 44% chance that it's not going to give you profit. Everything else will literally give you profit. So if you got a bit of extra money, you know, $7, it's not too much, it's still a little bit expensive. But if you do this over and over, you will probably end up being in profit at the end of the day, because there is a higher chance that you get these items than the P2000 Amber Fade. Now, if a lot of people have probably watched Sparkles, you would know that this is probably one of his most hated items. But at the same time, this is a great trade-up overall. You're going to be making heaps of profit on it. And yeah, this is just nice for $7. So without further ado, let's move on to the last trade-up of this video. Now, the last trade-up of this video is quite expensive, but there's also some pretty decent outcomes if I do say so myself. So as you can see, you are going to be looking at the Radiant collection. You're going to be needing 5 items of those, and then you're also going to be looking at the Italy collection again. Now, you need an average float of 0.195. That's just how it is. It's going to cost you $17. But as you can see, there's a 25% chance you don't make money, which means there's a 75% chance that you make money. This is insane, because this is profit, and that's $10 profit. $10. You're spending 17. Of course, if you hit this, then first of all, you're really unlucky, but like, you can hit this, and then you hit that, and then you still be breaking even, you know? No, you'd actually make profit if you look into Steam fees. Overall, this is probably one of the best trade-offs, but again, like, it's quite expensive. Like, you need a bit more money, so I definitely recommend you do the other trade-ups before you look at doing this one, because this is the most expensive trade-up of the video, and I'll be looking into doing this because I have a new series coming up called, I think it's $5 to a knife maybe, and I think this could be really smart to spam, because if you hit this 10 times in a row somehow, that's $100 profit. That probably won't happen, but we never know. We'll try. But that is going to round off for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did like what you saw, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.